Namaste viewers, welcome to Avinash Bio category. So now we are in the genetics chapter and already we have completed a few major concepts in genetic chapter. In the previous video, that is in the part A video, we had started that sex determination on the basis of genetics. So today let me continue the same concept, that is sex determination. But thing is, here in this video class we are going to consider this two special categories of sex determination. One is in case of Drosophila and another one in case of honeybees. Both are insects. And keep one thing in your mind, insects, they are having a variety of patterns regarding their sex determination. So yesterday class we had seen the types of sex determination, that is chromosomal based sex determination, XX XY type, XX XO type, ZZ ZW type, ZZ ZO type. So all of these sex chromosomals, all these sex determination on the basis of chromosomal pattern. So here particularly we are concentrating on only the allosomes, only the sex chromosomes. We have not considered the autosomes still. But here in this type of special type of sex determination category, in one case we will consider autosome as well as allosome. Autosome also having the importance during the sex determination, particularly in case of Drosophila. And also along with autosome and allosome together we are considering all total together set of chromosome in case of honeybees. So these are the two special categories of sex determination. There if we consider the first one, sex determination in honeybees, Drosophila. Yes. See here, sex determination in a Drosophila, that means Drosophila melanogaster. So it is considered to be the fruit fly. It is a central of genetics, the major insect studied by the T.H. Morgan, and he gave the conclusion about the linkage and recombination. So in insects regarding the genetics, so this is the main one, Drosophila here. So in a Drosophila it is quite different. Of course, one thing, if we consider the chromosome number in a Drosophila, it is having 4 pairs of chromosome. That means total 8 chromosomes. 3 pairs are autosomes, that means normal chromosome, and 1 pair is allosome. That allosome may be either XX or XY. If it is XX and XY means, then we will come to one conclusion. It should be coming under XX XY type of sex determination. Of course it is like that only. But we can view the sex determination in another pattern also, regarding the genes theory, regarding the genic balance theory. So that is in another case we can observe that one, that condition also. Here why it is special means, one scientist, and the scientist is Bridges. The scientist name is Bridges, peculiar name. So Bridges, this scientist, he determined the sex of the Drosophila by using a theory, special theory. The theory is genic balance theory. Keep this one. This is a special theory to determine the sex. Genic balance theory. Yes. So here in a genic, what according to this genic balance theory here means, genic, genes, not all the genes, not ordinary genes, the genes which are going to determine the sex, or the genes which are responsible for giving the maleness or femaleness to the body. Such genes here. That means sex linked genes. The genes particularly responsible for exhibiting the sex of the organism. Those genes are balanced here. When we are balancing those genes, So here we are having a certain ratios. According to the ratio, if the balance is going to disturb, so here the condition of the sex also going to be disturbed. Simple thing. If we consider human beings, of course XX, XY type of sex determination. When our sex is determined, if the question is arise means our sex is determined at the time of fertilization itself. When egg, which is compulsory having X chromosome, if it is fertilized by the sperm having X chromosome, means that at the time of fertilization only the producing offspring becomes female. It is determined. If it is fertilized by the sperm having Y chromosome, means then it becomes the male offspring. That means sex is determined at the time of fertilization itself. But in case of Drosophila, sex is determined even at the time of that embryonic development. So that is the thing here. In the genic balance theory, so variation in the gene number that leads to the sex of the Drosophila, however the chromosome, sex chromosome number it might be. So simple thing here. If I consider X chromosome, this is the chromosome, univalent chromosome, X chromosome, and let me consider one autosome, normal chromosome. Then, so one is X chromosome, one is autosome, sex chromosome and autosome here. But in case of Drosophila, we have to go inside those chromosomes. In the X chromosome, there are 3 special genes, and these 3 special genes are called as sisterless genes. Yes, sisterless genes, or simply we will call them as cis genes. These are 1, 2, 3. 3 genes will be present on one X chromosome in Drosophila. And what is the work of these genes? If you ask the question, means these genes are giving femaleness to the Drosophila. These genes are giving the femaleness. If the femaleness wants to be occur in the organism or in the Drosophila, means female responsible hormone should be produced. Those hormone producing genes, these are sisterless genes, present on X chromosome only, not on Y chromosome, not on autosomes. And such kind of 3 copies are present on one X chromosome. And in the meanwhile, on autosome, so here one special gene is present, and the name of that gene is deadpan gene. Yes, the name of that gene is deadpan gene. So deadpan gene, it is giving the maleness to the body, maleness to the Drosophila. It is giving maleness, and those genes are giving the femaleness. If we consider when there is a balance between these genes and these genes in a number, then the organism sex is going to be determined. So that suggests the genic balance theory. According to this theory, what it suggests? How many number of autosomes are there? That means set of autosomes. One autosome having one gene, deadpan gene. Deadpan gene giving the maleness to the organism. So the ratio between the X chromosome to the set of autosomes. Yes, the ratio between the number of X chromosome to the set of autosome is giving one ratio. That ratio will decide the sex in the Drosophila. Let me write here what the ratio suggests here. Number of X chromosomes, that is divided by number of autosomes. Yes, are you getting my point? So number of autosomes is number of set of autosomes. That means one set means one pair of autosome I am considering here. So number of set of autosomes to that of number of X chromosome. If we divide this one, we will get the ratio. That ratio will decide the sex of the Drosophila here. Yes. So in that sense, if we consider one example, one general example I am giving here. If the condition is like this, A, X and X. Yes, if the condition is like this, then whether this organism is a male or a female, the question will be arised. What this AA stands for? Autosomes, set of autosomes. 1, 2, 3. 3 sets of autosome. And how many X chromosome? 2 X chromosome. According to this formula. So first one, number of X chromosomes are 2. Yes. Number of set of autosomes. Number of X chromosomes 2. Number of set of autosomes 1, 2, 3. So 2 by 3. What is the 2 by 3? 2 by 3 means roughly it will give the ratio of 0.65%. Or there is no need not to write the percentage here. Yes, 0.65%. Now it is lesser than 1. Lesser than 1 means it cannot become female. Yes. If we roughly observe X and X, what we will consider it is the female. But now it is not the female. So that is the speciality of this theory here. So in that sense, then what number in the ratio suggests for male and what number suggests for female? If we consider that one, so here I am having one scale. Just like our pH scale, like that. Here I am having one scale. The scale is like this. Let me write 2 values here majorly. Yes. Suppose if we get the ratio after division, if we get the ratio 0.5 exactly, then that becomes male. 0.5 that is male. If I get the ratio 1, then it becomes female. If I get the ratio 0.5, that is the male, 1 that is female. Then what if we get the in between 0.5 to 1 like that, 0.65. This is in between 0.5 to 1. If we get in between, that becomes like this. So just like a bisexual. So here these organisms are called as gynandromorphs. So this is the major term. What this gynandromorphs means, and already we know here gynoecium, just like it refers to the gynoecium. Gynoecium means female part, this, and androecium means male part, this one. So gynandromorph means morphological appearance. That means these organisms looking like a female as well as a male. So such kind of organisms are called as gynandromorphs. Yes. And one thing, I am not talking about the organisms which are externally appearing totally as male, internal characters are female. Not like that. Here the organism body itself appears as male as well as female. Just like Ardhanarishwara. If we consider Ardhanarishwara, so one side Shiva, one side Parvati. So mixed together, Ardhanarishwara. Like that, female body, male body mixed together morphologically like that. Or sometimes anterior body of the insect looking like male, posterior body is looking like female. That is also possible. All such kind of forms are called as gynandromorphs. And these gynandromorphs all are intersex. That means neither female totally nor male totally. Those are intersex. And intersex ratio is in between 0.5 to 1. And what about if we get on both the sides there? If the ratio is lesser than 0.5, like that, 0.3, 0.2, like that. If the ratio is lesser than 0.5, then we will call it as meta-male. So this is the important term. Keep this term in your mind. Meta-male. Meta-male, it is also called as superior male. And all the super males are sterile. Of course, those are male, but they are not fertile, sterile. Or else, if we get the ratio result more than 1, that means 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, like that if we get, then it becomes meta-female. Yes, meta-female, or it is also called as super-female. And here, meta-female also sterile. Yes, yes. Now we are having some stages. 0.5 ratio, this is male. Male means fertile male. 1, this is female. Female, that is fertile female. So more than 1, female, but sterile female. Less than 0.5, male, but sterile male. And one more thing, in between 0.5 to 1, all those are intersex. And those are also sterile. That means, in case of Drosophila, fertility is that values exist for 0.5 and 1. Any deviation from this ratio, the organism going to become sterile. Of course, it may maintain maleness or femaleness, but sterile. So, if you go above this value more than 1, it becomes femaleness. Femaleness gradually increases. Less than 0.5, gradually maleness increases. In between this number, these two numbers, neither male nor female intersex. So this is about the genic balance theory, how they are going to predict that one here. So by keeping this introduction, if you see some such conditions there. So here has some conditions here. Just let us see how that genic balance theory holds good there. How this formula holds good there here. So here, let me consider first one. If the condition is like this, A, X, Y. Yes, A, X, Y. So if the condition is like this, means what is the ratio value and what it becomes, male or female. So you see here, already I have told you, in the ratio we have to consider only X, not Y chromosome. Question will be arise, Y chromosome is not having the importance here. Why? Because so here already I have told you, deadpan genes. Deadpan gene means male character giving genes. Those genes are present on autosomes, not on the Y chromosome. Hence, here Y chromosome is not having any importance in the sex determination. But thing is, Y chromosome will give the maleness, little bit maleness potential to the body. But thing is, maleness character deciding the genes present on autosomes. Hence, we have to consider autosome, not Y chromosome. So, in that sense, here only one X chromosome is present and 3 autosomes are present here. Then what is the ratio here? 1/3. So X chromosome divided by autosome, set of autosomes. 1/3 means then it becomes 0.3. 0.3 means it is less than 0.5. Then organism is male, meta-male. That male, but meta-male, sterile male. Suppose if the ratio is like this, if the condition is like this, second one, AA plus XY, then whether it becomes a male or a female. So here also, X chromosome is only one. Don't consider that Y. Leave that Y. And here 2 autosomes are present here. Then it becomes 1/2. Yes, 1/2 means 0.5. Yes, 0.5 means it becomes a male. Fertile or sterile? So that is a fertile. Yes. If the condition is like this, third one, AA plus XO. If the condition is like this, then what it suggests? Here also 1 X chromosome and 2 autosome. So this is also 1 by 2. That means 0.5. Yes. But thing is 0.5 means, of course we know this is the male but not fertile. This is the sterile male. Why? Because 1 chromosome is absent. So here that Y chromosome, if it is absent, means then whatever sperms are produced by this male, those sperms are not having the vigorous motility. Hence the organism is considered to be the sterile male, of course, that is. And the fourth one, if we consider the fourth one, A X, if the condition is like this, then what it suggests here, 2 X chromosome and 3 sets of autosomes. So we can consider 2 by 3. Yes, 2 by 3 means it is 0.67. Sorry, this is 7 actually. 0.67. So 0.67 means it is above 0.5 but within 1. That means it is the intersex. So just means an example for gynandromorph. And in the same way, if the condition is like this, fifth one, yes, fifth one, suppose if the condition is like this, AA and XX. So here 2 X chromosome and 2 autosomes. That means 2 by 2. 2 by 2 means 1, that is. So 1 means, already we have told you, this is the perfect female, fertile female. Suppose if the condition is like this, sixth one, AAXXY. Yes. If the condition is like this means, so here 2 X chromosome and 2 autosomes. Again the ratio same, 2 by 2. That means 1 here. So 1 means, what is that one? That is also female, and the female is fertile. You may ask the question, why is there? Then how it becomes the same as usual condition? Why? Because already I have told you why it is not having any importance during the sex determination. Leave that why. And if the condition is like this, AAA XXX. If the condition is like this means, then here 3 X chromosome and 3 autosomes. So 3 by 3. Again the ratio is 1, and that is also fertile female. But here usually we will refer it as a triploid female. Why? Because the 3 X chromosomes are present here. But thing is, in the case of human beings, if the condition is like this means, we will call it as super female, and usually that super female will be sterile. Yes. And here this one is fertile in case of Drosophila. Suppose if the condition is like this, eighth one, AAXXX. If the condition is like this means, then here 3 X chromosome and 2 autosomes. Then here it becomes 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 means it becomes 1.5. And already I have told you, more than 1 it is considered to be the female, but a meta-female. So that means this is sterile female. So this is sterile, fertile, 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 and this one sterile, and this one fertile male, and this is sterile. So on the genic balance theory, in this sense we are going to predict the sex of the offspring here. And here, along with that one, if we consider another special category of sex determination in honeybees, let me focus on this one. Yes. Sex determination in honeybees. And as already we know, honeybees, these are the social insect, a special insect. In a total insect categories, these are the special one. And here, honeybees, if we consider, in honeybees, usually we are having the three categories. So one is queen, another one is worker, and another one is drone. We are having three categories. Queen and worker both are female, and drone is male here. But thing is, queen is a fertile female, worker is sterile female, and drones are fertile again. So this is the thing here. So if you consider honeybees, they are having a hive, honeybee hive. So many honeybees are present here. Some are workers, some are drones. But thing is, queen will be just one. So its body size will be large. So a morphological point of view, we can easily distinguish that one queen. And thing is, one more thing, queen is nothing but the female. When many female offsprings are produced in the honeybee hive, so one female honeybee progeny, so it feeds on the royal jelly. So that is a special nutrition present in the hive. When it feeds on the royal jelly, it becomes queen. And remaining all female honeybees, they will feed on the pollen grains. And which will feed on the pollen grains, they will become the worker. And workers are sterile. And the female honeybee which feeds on the royal jelly, that becomes a fertile queen. And the remaining are drone here. So this is the category. And here in honeybees, we are having a special type of a sex determination, that is haplodiploid sex determination. As already we know, haplo means N, diploid means 2N. What we are all diploid. But thing is, in our body, germ cells, sperms and eggs are the haploid. Apart from that, all the cells are diploid. We are a diploid organism here. Our sex is determined on the basis of chromosome pattern X and Y, XX, like that. But here, in case of honeybee, sex is determined whether that organism is having a haploid content chromosome or a diploid content chromosome. Not on individual type of chromosome, not on the special category of chromosome. Whole set of chromosome is considered here. And in that sense, so here, if we consider female, it will be having 32 chromosomes, and male honeybee, it will be having 16 chromosomes. That means male is haploid and female is diploid. So that is a special category here. So in that sense, if we consider how actually the sex is going to be determined here. So let me consider female honeybee, it is crossed with male honeybees. So as already we know, female honeybee, it is having 32 chromosome, and male honeybee, it is having 16 chromosome. So this is the parental generation. Yes. Now it is going to produce the gametes. So here, when during gamete production, one egg receives 16 chromosome, one egg receives 16 chromosome. In the case of this one, male, here also gametes are produced, but cell division type is different. Here during gamete production, cell division type is meiosis. Yes, here the cell division type is mitosis. Why it is meiosis? Means it is reductional cell division. But here, this is the mitotic cell division. Why? Because the chromosome numbers are as it is. Now this is the sperm and these are the eggs. During fertilization time here, during fertilization, if this egg combines with this sperm, and again a number becomes 32. 32 means it becomes female honeybee. Female honeybee means either it may become a queen, either it may become worker. If it feeds on the royal jelly, it becomes a queen. If it is not feeding on the royal jelly and feeds on the pollen grains, then it becomes the worker. What about this one? Suppose if the egg remained as it is. If this egg remained as it is, if it is not combined with any sperm, if there is no fertilization, means at that time this egg directly as it is converting into one male honeybee. 16 means male, 16 chromosome means male honeybee. So this overall process is called as parthenogenesis. So this is one important process, parthenogenesis. As already we know, parthenogenesis means direct development of egg into offspring without fertilization. So here by the parthenogenesis it occurs like that. Here one special thing what we need to consider here. Beautiful thing present here. Here if we consider this male, it is produced by the egg directly. That means here it is not combined with sperm. Who will give the sperm? Father. What it indicates, this male produced offspring, it is not having the father, just it is having the mother. Are you getting my point? This male progeny, it is not having the father. Why? Because it is not, this egg, it is not fused with the sperm. Sperm is given by the father. If it is not fused with the sperm means, it is, if it is directly produced from the egg means, it is just having the mother, it is not having the father. Right? This male honeybee, it is not having the father, hence it cannot produce the son. It cannot produce the son. But thing is, it is having the grandfather. How it is having the grandfather? See here. It is having the mother. Yes, mother means 32 chromosome. For getting 32 chromosome, there should be father. That means it's a father. Its father becomes a grandfather for this honeybee. That means male honeybees do not have father, hence cannot produce son. But male honeybees have grandfather, hence can produce the grandson. This is the summary total. In the next video class, let me focus another major concept. Last we are having I think 2 major concepts in this chapter. So let us focus on pedigree analysis. So in theory already you have seen the pedigree chart, but in theory we have not given that much of importance for that. So in a need point of view, pedigree chart it is having at most important. It is a logical concept one. In the next video let us focus on that pedigree chart analysis. How we can predict the chart regarding the genetic disorders. So in the next video let us focus on that one. And today I think you have got the sex determination, Drosophila and honeybees. These are the 2 special categories. And one question already I have told that one. Male honeybees do not have father, hence cannot produce the son, but having grandfather and produce the grandson. How it is possible? Just to think by putting this type of crossing. So you practice on this one once. Yes, I think you have got this total concept. Into next video, let us focus on that pedigree chart analysis. Yes, thank you.